Page 4 of the Geometry Second Semester Exam Review. Find the measure of the arc or angle indicated. Assume that lines which appear tangent are tangent. Here are the main ideas for this section. We talked about angles. So this on, inside, and outside are where the vertex of the angle that we're working with is. So where the vertex is. So if the vertex is on the circle, you're going to do half the intercepted arc. If the vertex is inside the circle, you're going to do that formula, that second formula. And if the angle is outside, you're going to do that third formula. So number 27, where is the vertex? The vertex is outside the circle. So outside, which means we are going to use the outside formula. So I'm just going to be looking at this formula and filling in what I know. So starts with the angle. Do we know the angle? No, that's the question mark. I'm going to change that to an X because I prefer an X. So angle, the angle is X. Do we know the larger intercepted arc? Well, first we have to write 1/2. 1/2, the larger intercepted arc. Well, that's this intercepted arc, and we do know that. That's 155. Do we know the smaller intercepted arc? We do. That's 57. So we subtract, and then we just figure out what that equals. 155 minus 57 is 98. Half of 98 is 49. So X, or question mark, is 49 degrees. Moving on to number 28, where is this vertex? Well, this vertex is inside. So we're inside. We're going to use this orange box. All right, do we know the angle? We do know the angle. It's actually 116. So we're going to do 116 equals 1/2. Do we know its intercepted arc? Well, here's the 116. Here's its intercepted arc. We do know that. It's 178. This one is a plus. Do we know the vertical angle's intercepted arc? No. In fact, that's what we want to find. Again, I'll use an X. And now we just want to solve that. There's a couple different ways to solve that. I think it's easiest just to multiply both sides by 2 to start with. That way the half and the 2 cancel. And we're just left with 2 times 116, which is 232, equals 178 plus X. And we can subtract 178 from both sides. Could do that just on our paper, or if your brain is getting tired, you could use a calculator. We get X is 54 degrees. I wrote that kind of small. 54. All right. Number 29. Where's the vertex for this one? Well, the vertex is on the circle. So the angle formed is going to be half the intercepted arc. Do we know the angle? Well, we do know the angle. The angle is 83. It's going to be half the intercepted arc. So make sure you plug things in the right place. Like think through which one's the angle, the X or the 83. And in this case, it's the 83. So we can multiply both sides by 2, and our answer is 166. The next part of this fourth page is surface area, or lateral area, surface area, and volume. It says round your answers to the nearest hundredth, if necessary. I have our formulas kind of abbreviated over here, and if we use it, I'll mention what the different abbreviations mean. Number 30, that's a cone, and we want to find the lateral area and surface area of the cone. Lateral area of a cone is 1/2 P times L, that's perimeter. times slant height. So lateral area equals 1/2 perimeter times slant height. And that means perimeter of the base. Well, the base is a circle. So how do we find the perimeter of a circle? Well, the perimeter of a circle is called circumference. And so maybe we can find circumference down here. That is 2 times pi times r. So we're going to go ahead and put that in a calculator. So 2 times pi times the radius. The radius is 4. And so the circumference is 25.13. And that is our perimeter. So lateral area is 1/2 the perimeter, which is 25.13, times the slant height. The slant height is the 10.8. And so we're going to multiply. So we have 1/2, which is 0.5, times 25.13 times 10.8. And we get 135. It does say round to the nearest hundredth, so 135.70. This is lateral area, so this is feet squared. So that's part of our answer. We also want to find the surface area. So looking over here, surface area is you take the lateral area. Actually, that's wrong because we're not looking at a cylinder, we're looking at a cone. So lateral area plus a base, and we take one base because there is only one base. So lateral area, surface area is lateral area plus the area of the base. Well, the base is a circle. So the area of that circle, we know area of a circle is pi r squared. Radius for this one is 4. So pi times 16. It's pi times 16. The area of that circle is 50.27. And so the surface area is the lateral area, 135.70, plus the area of the base, 50.27, and that gives us, that gives us our surface area, so 50.27 plus 135.7, 185.97 feet squared. So there is our other answer squeezed in there. Number 31, looking at that, that is a cylinder. I didn't leave myself much room here, so I'll come to the far right here and find these. The lateral area of a cylinder is the perimeter of the base times the height. So that P stands for perimeter of the base, H stands height. Well, perimeter of the base is a circle. To find the perimeter of a circle, that's called the circumference. So that's 2 times pi times r. Our radius here is 3. 2 times pi times 3, multiply that out. That's 6 times pi. 18.85. 18.85 is the circumference or the perimeter. So 18.85 times the height, which we see there is 12. And so I'm just going to hit times 12 here. And the lateral area is 226.19 miles squared. That's our lateral area. Surface area, you take the lateral area and you add 2 times the area of the base. Well, the base is a circle, so the area of the circle is pi times the radius squared. The radius is 3, so that's pi times 9. Pi times 9, so pi times 9, 28.27. So we know surface area is the lateral area, which we found already, plus 2 times the area of the base, because obviously there are 2 bases. So the top circle and the bottom circle. So 2 times 28.27. We can just type that all into our calculator. 226.19 plus 2 times 28.27. Surface area, 282.73 miles squared. Our last one here, we are supposed to find the surface area of this sphere. Well, it says lateral area and surface area, but there is no lateral area of a sphere, just a surface area. And we know that the surface area from our formula on the right here is 4 pi r squared. So 4 pi times 1.5 squared. Well, 1.5 squared, if you multiply that out, you get 2.25. And so surface area is 4 times pi times 2.25. That is 28.27 centimeters squared. Number 33 almost got lost in our work, but this is very important. Define volume. We defined area earlier. Volume is the number of cube units it takes to fill a closed space. So when we say it's closed space, that's 3-dimensional. Space is 3-dimensional. Before we talked about a region, which is just 2 dimensions. Still have our formulas above here on the top right of prism, cylinder, pyramid, cone, and sphere. So for 34, this shape here is a pentagonal prism. And so we know the volume of a prism is area of the base times the height. Well, what is the base? The base is a pentagon, a regular pentagon. So we're going to do the area of the base over here, which we use that capital B for. It's a pentagon, so it's 1/2 perimeter times apothem. Well, these things are pretty much given to us. The perimeter, well, each side length is 9, and there's 5 of them. So the perimeter is 9 times 5, so 45, times the apothem, which is just told to us right there. We can use our calculator. So we have 1/2, which is 0.5, times 45, times 6.2. 139.5. So that is the area of the base, 139.5, times the height of the prism. Well, the height of the prism is the 8. So I'm going to take that answer on my calculator, 139.5 times 8. The volume of this pentagonal prism is 1,116 miles. Wow, miles cubed. As a large pentagonal prism. And 35, last one on this page, is a pyramid. It's a rectangular pyramid because the base is a rectangle. And we learned that the volume of a pyramid, circling it right now, is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Well, this is nice and simple because the base is a rectangle. So what's the area of this base? Well, area of a rectangle is base times height. So 6 times 9. So this is 54 miles squared. I don't usually write it times the height, which is 9. You can just multiply that right across. I see that this actually reduces. And so it's just 54 times 3. So we can do that. That's 162 miles cubed. So when you do those, make sure you figure out what the shape is and you choose the right formula and you plug in correctly. Page 4 finished.